Have you ever wondered why Tajweed is so crucial in the practice of Ruqyah Sharia? Well, let's delve into this fascinating topic together. Tajweed, the art of reciting the Quran with proper pronunciation and rhythm, is an essential skill for an effective Ruqyah. But why is this so? The answer lies in the very essence of the Quran itself. Each word, each letter has a specific pronunciation and rhythm. When recited correctly, these words and letters carry the divine message as intended. Now, imagine if these words were pronounced incorrectly. The rhythm, the flow, everything would be off. And more importantly, the meaning of the Quranic verses could change, sometimes drastically. Imagine a doctor prescribing the wrong medicine to a miscommunication. The consequences could be detrimental. Similarly, mispronouncing Quranic verses could lead to ineffective ruqyah, or even worse, an incorrect interpretation of the divine message. This is where Tajweed steps in. It's like the guiding hand that ensures each verse is pronounced correctly, preserving the intended meaning. When you recite the Quran with Tajweed, you're not just reciting words, you're carrying forward a divine message with its full integrity. In the context of Ruqyah Sharia, this is even more crucial. Ruqyah is a spiritual healing process, a means to seek Allah's refuge from various ailments. It involves the recitation of specific Quranic verses. Now, if these verses are mispronounced, the effectiveness of the ruqyah could be compromised. Tajweed ensures that the recitation during the ruqyah is accurate, maintaining the potency of the verses. It's not just about beautifying the recitation, though that is a significant part of it. Tajweed is about preserving the essence of the Quranic verses, ensuring their correct delivery, and consequently enhancing the effectiveness of the ruqyah. So, the next time you recite the Quran, remember the importance of Tajweed. It's not just about sounding good or following tradition, it's about respect for the divine message and the responsibility of delivering it correctly. As we can see, Tajweed is not just about beautifying the recitation, but it's a fundamental aspect of Ruqyah Sharia. Now, we delve into the basic principles of Tajweed. Tajweed, the art of reciting the Quran, is a skill that can be cultivated with understanding and practice. In this journey, there are three main principles we shall explore today. These are the correct articulation points, or makarij, the characteristics of the Arabic letters, or sifat, and the rules of elongation, known as mad. Let's start with makarij, the correct articulation points. Makarij is about knowing exactly where and how each Arabic letter is pronounced. There are 5 main areas from where letters are produced: the throat, the tongue, the lips, the nose, and the empty space in the mouth and throat. For instance, the letter Ain comes from the middle of the throat, while the letter Ba is pronounced with both lips. Understanding and mastering these articulation points is essential for accurate pronunciation. Moving on to the second principle, sifat, or the characteristics of the Arabic letters. Each letter in the Arabic alphabet has unique characteristics that distinguish it from others. Some letters are whispery, like Ha, while others are bold, like Sad. Some letters are nasal, like Mim, while others are non-nasal, like Jim. There are approximately 17 primary characteristics that must be learned and applied correctly to give each letter its due right in pronunciation. The final principle we'll discuss today is mad, or the rules of elongation. These rules govern how long we hold or stretch certain sounds when reciting the Quran. Some sounds are elongated for 2 counts, like the alif in Malik, while others are stretched for 4 to 6 counts, like the ya in Alim. This elongation brings rhythm and beauty to Quranic recitation, making it more engaging and impactful. As we discuss these principles, it's important to remember that Tajweed is not just about rules and techniques, it's about connecting with the divine words of Allah, understanding them and conveying them with the respect and reverence they deserve. It's about making each letter, each word, and each verse of the Quran shine in its full glory. To illustrate these principles, let's take an example from the Quran. Consider the verse, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The ba in Bismillah is pronounced with both lips, illustrating makarij. The ra in Rahman is bold, showcasing sifat, and the e in Rahim is elongated, demonstrating mad. These principles are like the foundations of a building. The stronger they are, the more robust and beautiful the building will be. In the same way, mastering these principles is the first step towards proficient Tajweed recitation. So, practice diligently, ask questions, and seek guidance. Remember, the journey of Tajweed is a journey of continuous learning and growth. Mastering these principles is the first step towards proficient Tajweed recitation. Building on the basics, let's explore some advanced Tajweed rules. Let's start with the rules of Nun Sakina and Tanween. In Arabic now, Nun Sakina means a Nun that has a sukun or rest on it, and Tanween refers to the sound nun at the end of a word. There are 4 rules to master here. First, the rule of Ikhfa'i or hiding, where the sound of the Nun Sakina or Tanween is hidden and a nasal sound is produced. Second, the rule of Idgham or merging, where the Nun Sakina or Tanween is merged with the next letter. Third, the rule of Iqlab or changing, where the Nun Sakina or Tanween is changed into a meme. And finally, the rule of Izhar or clarity, where the Nun Sakina or Tanween is clearly pronounced. Delving deeper, we find the rules of Mim Sakina, which means a meme that has a sukun on it. Here, we have 2 primary rules. The rule of Ikhfa Shafawi, where the sound of the Mim Sakina is concealed and a nasal sound is produced, and the rule of Idgham Shafawi, where the Mim Sakina merges with the next letter. Lastly, let's learn about the rules of Lam Sakina, which refers to a lam that has a sukun on it. The rules here are determined by the letter that follows the Lam Sakina. If the following letter is part of the throat letters, the rule of Idar applies, and the Lam Sakina is pronounced clearly. If the following letter is part of the lip letters, the rule of Idgham applies, and the Lam Sakina merges with the next letter. To exemplify, let's consider this verse from the Quran. Inna Allah la yastahi an yadriba mathalan maba'udatan fama fawqaha. In this verse, the Nun Sakina in Inna is hidden according to the rule of Ikhfa. The Mim Sakina in Allah is merged as per the rule of Idgham Shafawi, and the Lam Sakina in Yadriba is clearly pronounced following the rule of Idar. Remember, these rules are not just about pronunciation, they're about rhythm, timing, and a deep connection with the sacred text. When we recite the Quran with Tajweed, we're not just reading, we're engaging in a spiritual act of worship, a dialogue with the divine. Every syllable, every pause, every inflection is a step towards understanding and wisdom. So, practice these advanced rules, listen to skilled reciters, and keep refining your Tajweed. It takes time, patience, and a lot of practice, but the reward is a deeper, more profound connection with the Quran, and a more effective ruqyah. Understanding these advanced rules further refines our recitation, enhancing the effectiveness of our ruqyah. Even with the best intentions, mistakes can happen. Let's review some common mistakes in Tajweed. We begin with the most evident and frequent error: incorrect pronunciation. Pronunciation, or makarij al-huruf, refers to the points of articulation of the Arabic letters. Mispronouncing a letter could change its meaning, leading to a distortion of the sacred text. For instance, confusing the sound of sin with sad is a common mistake which can significantly alter the meaning of a word. Therefore, it is crucial to learn the correct pronunciation of each letter. The next common mistake is incorrect rhythm or timing. Tajweed is not just about pronunciation, it also involves maintaining the rhythm of the Arabic language. This includes understanding and applying the rules of elongation or mad, and knowing when to pause and when to continue. One should not rush through the verses, nor should they unnecessarily prolong them. Each letter, each word should be given its due time and respect. Another common mistake is not observing the characteristics or sifat of the Arabic letters. Each Arabic letter has a distinct characteristic, and failing to observe these can lead to errors in Tajweed. For example, some letters are heavy or tafkhim, like Saad and Dad, while others are light or tarkik, like Sin and Zai. Mixing up these characteristics can lead to mistakes in your recitation. Now that we've covered these common mistakes, let's talk about how to avoid them. The first step is awareness. Being aware of these common errors is the first step towards avoiding them. The second step is practice. Like any other skill, Tajweed improves with practice. The more you practice, the more familiar you become with the rules, and the better your recitation will be. Another important tip is to seek guidance, whether it's from a qualified teacher, a reliable book, or a trusted online source. Guidance is crucial in learning Tajweed. A teacher can correct your mistakes and guide you on the right path. And remember, there's no shame in making mistakes. The only shame is in not correcting them. Furthermore, listening to expert reciters can help you understand the rhythm and pronunciation of the Arabic language. Try to mimic their recitation and pay attention to how they pronounce each letter and how they maintain the rhythm. Finally, patience is key. Learning Tajweed is not a race, it's a journey that requires time, effort, and patience. Don't get discouraged if you make mistakes. Instead, learn from them and keep going. By being aware of these common mistakes, we can work towards perfecting our Tajweed. So keep practicing, keep learning, and keep striving to perfect your recitation of the Holy Quran. Remember, the journey of Tajweed is one of constant learning and improvement. Let's now circle back to the role of Tajweed in Ruqyah Sharia. Tajweed, the art of reciting the Quran with proper pronunciation and rhythm, is not just a matter of aesthetics or tradition. It carries significant weight in the practice of Ruqyah Sharia. The Quran, as the word of Allah, holds profound power. However, this power is not merely in the words themselves, but also in the way they are pronounced and recited. The impact of the Quran's words can be greatly enhanced by correct pronunciation and rhythm, which is exactly what Tajweed provides. When performing Ruqyah, the recitation of specific verses from the Quran is a crucial component. The words uttered during this process are meant to invoke Allah's mercy and protection, to heal and to cleanse. Therefore, the effectiveness of Ruqyah greatly depends on the precision and correctness of the recitation. If the recitation is off, even slightly, the desired effect may not be achieved. Think of Tajweed as the proper tuning of a musical instrument. Just as an out of tune instrument can disrupt a beautiful symphony, an incorrect recitation can disrupt the rhythm and flow of the Quran's verses, potentially diminishing their healing power. Furthermore, observing Tajweed rules is a way of showing respect to the divine words of Allah. It's about honoring the sacred text by pronouncing each letter with its rights and dues of characteristics. In this sense, Tajweed is not just about effectiveness, but also about reverence and devotion. In a nutshell, Tajweed plays a vital role in Ruqyah Sharia. It ensures the correct and respectful recitation of the Quran, enhances the effectiveness of the healing process, and ultimately brings us closer to the divine words of Allah. So, as practitioners of Ruqyah Sharia, mastering Tajweed isn't an option, it's a necessity. To wrap up, let's quickly revisit what we've learned. This journey through Tajweed, the art of reciting the Quran with proper pronunciation and rhythm, has taken us through the vital role it plays in Ruqyah Sharia, the Islamic practice of healing through the Quran. We've seen that Tajweed isn't just an art form, it's a necessary skill that directly impacts the effectiveness of Ruqyah. We started by delving into the importance of Tajweed in Ruqyah Sharia. We saw that the correct pronunciation of the Quranic verses is crucial in Ruqyah. It's not just about getting the words right, it's about conveying the divine message as it was intended. Improper pronunciation can change the meaning of the verses, potentially leading to ineffective or even harmful outcomes in Ruqyah. From there, we moved on to the basic principles of Tajweed. We learned about the nuances of Arabic letters and sounds, the importance of correct pronunciation, and the rhythm that gives each verse its unique character. We saw how these principles form the foundation upon which the art of Tajweed is built. And then we ventured into the advanced rules of Tajweed. Here, we delve deeper into the intricacies of Arabic grammar and phonetics and how they impact the recitation of the Quran. We discovered the subtle differences that can significantly affect the meaning and effectiveness of the recitation. Next, we discussed the common mistakes in Tajweed. We recognize that these errors can be as simple as mispronouncing a letter or as complex as altering the rhythm of a verse. We also shared some practical tips to help avoid these pitfalls. And finally, we revisited the role of Tajweed in Ruqyah Sharia, reinforcing how the correct recitation of the Quran can enhance the healing process and make the Ruqyah more effective. Remember, the journey to mastering Tajweed is a continuous one. Keep practicing, keep improving, and watch your Ruqyah become more effective.